Welcome back. We're going to talk about a burr now. A burr is going to be a roll of steel over the top of the apex of your blade. This is an important process before you go into sharpening because it's the best way to identify that you have reached the apex of the blade without magnification. Your first step is going to be to take your Sharpie, reapply it to your bevel, take your diamond stones down to a lower grit. For this, we're going to go down to 200. And because I have shifted in my angle to 21 degrees on both sides, it's going to take a little bit longer than it would if I was sitting at the angles I was at before. But my goal is to remove all the Sharpie down the length of the bevel. Using my edge leading strokes and my 200 grit, I am going to do my walks down the length until all of the Sharpie has been removed. Now that my Sharpie has been removed from both sides, I know that I am pretty much there, but now I'm going to check by finding the burr. What I'm going to do is choose one side to start with. I'm going to do 10 strokes down that one side, and then I will check the opposite side for the burr. So, using my left side, I will do 10 strokes, and then I'll check for the burr on the other side. There are a couple different ways you can do this. You can use your nail, and sliding up on the other side, you'll feel for a catch right at the end of the bevel. You can use the flat of your finger and slide up, feeling for that same catch. Or you can use a cotton swab, sliding up and seeing if it might catch the cotton swab. Now, if you haven't found your burr, or you have found your burr, you're going to switch to the other side and create the burr on the other side. I haven't yet discovered my burr, so I'm going to switch to the other side and repeat the process. Checking for the burr. I can now feel the burr down the full length on this side. So I'm going to once more switch over to the other side and check again. Now that I've discovered the burr on both sides, I'm good to move on. This process might take a little bit longer depending on what blade you're using. You might have to switch back and forth a couple more times to see where it is. If you find that you're having one particular spot within your bevel that's not fully creating that burr, you can go through what we like to do of a small scrubbing motion, where you just kind of go up and down in that one particular spot. Then you can check that spot again and see if the burr has created on the other side. Just ensure that you are switching back and forth on both sides so that you're not getting an uneven bevel. When you start off, it may be reasonable to find a burr that's going to be a little bit bigger than when you get a little more used to what it feels like. That's okay. Build the burr up a little bit more until you can identify what it feels like, and then you can move on to the next process. So in the next video, we'll talk about the actual sharpening.